You know it, I know it. Artificial intelligence is advancing at a pace we've never seen before, embedding into our routines faster than almost any technology we've had in modern history. Some states like Colorado, they already have regulations in place. President Trump wants to take that power away from the states, however. Why? President Trump, by executive order, wants to block state-level rules on AI and instead have a nationwide one-rule approach, even as critics raise alarm about the safety of AI. Across our country, this announcement is shaping up to be a big debate over innovation versus oversight. Morgan set out to see what it would mean for our state.
From complex data analysis to asking a simple question on ChatGPT, generative artificial intelligence is touching many aspects of daily life.
It's almost like the cat's out of the bag and there's no putting it back in.
Yeah, so the cat is out of the bag, but now that the cat is out of the bag, we need to be friends with that cat.
University of St. Thomas professor Manjit Rege has studied artificial intelligence for years.
AI keeps changing at a faster pace. So there needs to be not a cast in stone policy, but just general guidelines about consumer protection when it comes to data being used.
President Trump intends on signing an executive order this week that pulls AI regulation power out of the hands of states, saying, quote, "There must only be one rule book if we are going to continue to lead in AI. America is leading the race with China close behind." Trump says that he doesn't want various state regulations to stall progress.
When you have US consumer data in the hands of a different nation, I think that is where we get into national security issues. Staying ahead of the curve in terms of whether it is hardware access, developing newer algorithms, and then eventually having control over data of US citizens, that is more important.
Critics say that AI is a threat to displacing American jobs, something Representative Tom Emmer touched on in a recent interview.
Think about the future. AI is not going to eliminate jobs, it's going to create more jobs.
What regulation do you think needs to be further put in place in the United States when it comes to artificial intelligence that wouldn't hamper technological advances in our country as we compete with other countries like China?
Yeah, don't fear something you don't understand. Should there be regulation? Yes, but it should be a light touch regulation. There should be guardrails put in place to protect the most likely victims, children, etc. But you also do not want to chill the entrepreneurial efforts to grow this. We will lead the world. We are leading the world.
Senator Amy Klobuchar has said this about the executive order. Instead of protecting Americans from AI abuses, this executive order goes after states, even threatening access to rural broadband for putting in place basic guardrails for consumers, children, and creators. The Senate already rejected this and should be rejected again. So on that note, we don't know exactly what's going to be in this executive order, and that is something that a lot of people are anxiously awaiting. I did reach out to the state. I did not hear back from Governor Walz. I did also reach out to our MNIT commissioner, and they didn't have availability today.
Do we have any regulation right now as a state?
Very slim regulation. It was talked about a lot last session, but one of the only things that really passed was to make it a criminal act to create deep fakes of children.
Okay.
Like child abuse images and such.
So like a case-by-case basis, not a system of guardrails just yet.
No, there was another bill that was proposed, but it didn't pass, and it was to, make it illegal to create deep fakes of all people nude. So that one didn't pass though, but it's going to be really interesting just to see how this all shakes out.
All right, and especially by executive order because it's a little bit different. So we'll be talking about this in times to come. Thank you so much, Morgan. We'll be right back.